Hello, I'm Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. So last March, oh my god, does time fly, I made a dress out of rope, and while making that dress, I realized that my proportions and my mannequin's proportions are quite different. She's got a bigger bust, a smaller waist, and no butt. And so during the process of making that dress, I ran into some problems with fitting, and it ended up taking a lot more back and forth to get the dress to fit my proportions rather than the mannequin's proportions. And since I have quite a few dress ideas in mind, I thought rather than working off of this mannequin, it might be smart to make a mannequin that has my proportions, so moving forward, hopefully I'll run into less of those sizing issues. Now you can buy a custom-made dress form for your proportions, or you can buy one of the sizable dress forms, but both of those are a little bit pricey, and I am cheap. So I wanted to make one myself, and I figured I would do the duct tape method of making a dress form because it is quite affordable. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to be walking through how I made my dress form. So to start off, you will need to grab a partner. If you do not have a partner, unfortunately, one cannot be provided for you. Now, if you don't have a partner, I do think you can do this yourself. I think the way to go about it would be to break it up into sections, maybe do a chest section, a middle or stomach section, and then a skirt section, and piece those together when each piece is finished. I do think an easier way is to have a partner, but if you don't have one, I do think you can still accomplish it yourself. It'll just take more steps. You may end up with gaps and spots you can't reach, but once you take the tape form off, you can always fill in those gaps. As far as materials, you'll need a roll of plastic wrap. I recommend a new to relatively new so you have enough. And I bought 3 rolls of duct tape for this. I think we only ended up using 2, but better to have more than less, and I am on the mini side, so I would recommend getting more duct tape than you think, and if you don't use it all, you can return it, but you definitely don't want to get partially through and find out that you don't have enough. And then in addition to that, I just have a marker on hand in case you want to make any notes for any kind of landmarks, or if you do end up having to cut it into proportions, you can have marks to piece it back together, or if you just want to draw a seam line when you cut it down the back and make some hash marks so when you put it back together you can make sure your sides are aligned. And the last thing you'll need is a pair of scissors. And with that, why don't I show you the footage of how me and Nathan went about it. So to start, my friend Nathan wrapped me in saran wrap. Then we laid out some lines with duct tape of kind of our landmarks. So we did a line under the bust, where my waist is, and then under my booty, just to kind of give us our hourglass figure. Once those landmarks were laid out with a line of duct tape, we started to fill in between. Mostly we did lines of tape going across my body, but on areas like my chest and my booty that had a little bit more curvature to them, we laid out the tape diagonally, so it would hopefully help contour those areas a little more. Then we made sure to include the neck and the arms. We did this by adding a little bit more saran wrap in those parts, and then just taping and taping the new saran wrap with the old saran wrap so it was all one piece. Once I was all taped up, we took a look and a feel, and we kind of felt areas and saw areas that might be a little bit thinner or felt like they could use a little bit more support, and we went over those areas and just did some reinforcement. And once it all felt good, we drew a line up the back for the seam, and then Nathan cut across that line, and we were able to peel myself out of it. This meant we now had the shell for our dress form, but what to fill it with? Originally, I was just going to go with polyfill, but polyfill is kind of on the pricier side than what I wanted to spend. Like I said, I am cheap, and a 5-pound box of polyfill goes for about $25, which is more than I wanted to spend on filling. I felt like I could find a cheaper option, and so I took a trip to the thrift store and I found these 2 very large pillows, which were $3 a piece. And I'm hoping this should be plenty of polyfill for me to use. I did open them up when I was in the thrift store to make sure they are the right material, and they do seem to be. So now that we have our shell and our stuffing material, it is time to now stuff it and see how it goes. So let's move on to that. So first I just taped up the back. We had put hash marks across the seam, and these ended up being very helpful for making sure the two sides lined up correctly, so I would highly recommend including them if you decide to make one of these yourself. I worked my way from the bottom and the top and met in the middle. This just seemed to make it easier to make sure the sides were lining up correctly. Once it was all taped, it was time to stuff. I'm not going to lie, I did have a mini panic attack when I started pulling out filling and all of a sudden saw something brown that I thought was a bug. It ended up just being a piece of the pillow fabric, but it did give me a mini heart attack and make me question if getting secondhand pillows for this was the right choice. But other than that, all seemed good, and I just filled her up, working from each opening so that she was filled evenly. Once she was fully three-dimensional, it came time to cap the ends. For that, I just traced the open holes of the bottom, the holes of the arms, and the hole of the neck onto cardboard. I then cut those out, and once they were all cut out, I taped them on. I also cut a hole in the bottom so that I could plop her down on my current mannequin stand. And with that, we were done. Dun, 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 dun. And here she is. Here is the finished gal. She is not so much to look at, but I think it'll make projects moving forward a lot easier. Like I said, I do have a couple dresses planned that I would like to do, and having a mannequin that is considerably closer in proportions to my proportions, I think is going to help a lot. I don't think she's perfect. I don't think she's going to be my exact proportions, but even just looking at my old mannequin versus this mannequin, I do think we are quite a bit closer than we were with the previous one. I hope if you were looking for a cheap option for a mannequin that this hopefully gives you some ideas on something you could do. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!